Welcome one and all to another Kaiju Pop Quick Vid. This is Chad O'Brien here, and we are bringing you the world of RETSNOM. That is RETSNOM. Or if you look closely, you might notice it is Monster in reverse. So, RETSNOM, as you've probably already seen. Let me just shoot my gun for a bit. You can see, this is a game about flipping the world. So, just like the title is a mirrored word, this is a game that uses mirror images and mirror physics to do all kinds of different puzzling aspects. So you start with your man here. He is trying to save his daughter from the zombie virus, and he figures he can go into the future to do that. But going into the future, he sees that the world has changed quite a bit. But he can use this magic mirror special power that allows him to flip around the world like so. When you start, you'll get just the first initial power. You can switch between left and right, and it does give you a nice little preview as you're going down. Now, what I'm supposed to be doing here is moving all the way to the bottom, but this is not going too well, so I'm gonna quit. And that's how you quit each level, or like restart the level, is bashing your head into the ground. This is actually a very violent game at certain points. It's kind of weird. You might get a sense of that just from the tracks itself. You can listen to the piano music for just a bit. It's just a very dark sound. So we have opened up the door at the bottom with the little beating of the drum. And when you flip a certain section, you'll see that it creates that little box. When you are inside that box and you activate the flip, it just resets whatever you've already flipped. And there I got attacked by one of the zombies. So in the future, everything is messed up, out of whack, and there are zombies everywhere. That you do have a gun, which I will be happy to employ as soon as I stop falling out of the world. So you're supposed to catch all these Windows icons in order, and not get eaten by zombies, in order to open the door. So it's kind of a lot of things you gotta do. You gotta collect the icons, gotta collect the key, got to open the door by hitting that little switch over there, or like so. So the door has just emerged. You have to get 2 door pieces before you can go through. And then there's also, you might be able to see on the right side, I just discovered here that these certain blocks are passable, but not these. So you can see over here on the right we have these bunnies. These are little rabbit dolls that you can bring back to the past to give your daughter. But basically they just work as, collectibles. So that's what we're gonna do. You can pick them up, you can shoot the zombies like so. It always just mentions 1 on that little overlay, but there are often more. So there's a second one right down there, and I'm trying to figure out how to get that. Now, when you are trying to flip back a stage, you have to be careful because you can't flip it while you are in a section that would be crushed by a wall. It just won't let you do it. So, have to be careful of that and conscious of that. You also have to be careful, for example, here, the ladder will switch sides. I'm moving up so that I still have a little piece of land to go and get the rabbit, so I don't fall off the edge of there. Because it's kind of weird. The platforming itself, there is platforming involved, but the platforming itself is very finicky. So, for example, there are no mushroom caps or whatever they call that, the muffin jump, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's where basically you jump from under a ledge until you're high enough, and then move back onto the ledge, so you can basically get yourself up higher even though there's a little ledge blocking your way. There is none of that here. You can't really do diagonal jumps unless you have a huge amount of space. And even things like walking down a set of stairs, it's not a fluid motion. You'll have to stop and pause on each set of stairs. But we've just finished this stage, and we're on to the last stage of this world. You can see World 1 has 11 total stages going on up here. Now, a couple of zombies that haven't noticed me yet. Oh god, here they come! Shoot them, shoot them, shoot them, shoot them, shoot them. So again, you're trying to cure your daughter or find a cure for your daughter, so you get these little segments of story. Humanity's mistake is only realized when catastrophe crawls right up to its neck. There's a lot of this kind of very dark, morose kind of story going on in the background. He's also wondering about the future and what it means, and then it zooms out and some of the stages do turn into some kind of art. But rather than spoil any of the story, since this is the last stage on this world, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move into the next world. So, besides, you don't want to see me fail over and over and over as I did while trying to learn how to jump across this gigantic chasm. So let's go on and skip ahead to World 2. Here we have the World Select screen, and even here it's not just a simple matter of getting through. Got to jump through here and flip it in midair, which you can do. The flip itself will pause time, but while you're calculating the flip, that's all real time. So it does take a lot of work. So here's what I was talking about, like going down these stairs. They're one level apart, just one brick apart, but it's just thump thump thump. You get a little more of the story on the right side there. The father who's willing to sacrifice the rest of civilization. There's a little spotlight on you at all times. The old man's gown had his name on it, but he didn't care at the time. He didn't care about how the old man knew his name. Reading the name now, it says Ku. It was the same name as his. So there's a little bit more of the story. So his name is Ku, or maybe it's just initials, K-O-O. I don't know. There's a bunny with an arrow saying up, so I need to go up, apparently. I'm not going to worry about the bunny right now, just for the video. So I don't have any strength left to go on. Can I trust you to continue? I've finally started to doubt all of this. So those little pink and green things, those are your checkpoints. So if you fail, you'll get there. The man obviously has some things to say about what's going on. And now it's raining. We're in level 13, Frost. So here we're going to learn a new mechanic for the mirror, but at the same time I'm going to die several times, because a lot of this is about proper timing and you have to know when to flip. And so basically if I flip all the way to the far corner, I'm dead. If I flip one square before that, I'm good. Like so. That's how I've basically learned to time it, but at the same time I'm pretty terrible. So I opened up the door. Boom, 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 boom. So it's going to take me a little bit more. Went too far. I didn't land, so the checkpoint didn't count. There we go. Checkpoint counts now. And here I'm going to fail many times. I can't remember exactly how many. Oh, I got the second, but I missed the third. That's going to happen a few times. So it's going to be frustrating for some players, I'm sure. It was frustrating for me, certainly. Because you can't just pause in the middle of a jump. Except when you're actually flipping, but then it's already too late. That was too far. Goodbye. Of course, I could just be missing something. I don't know. But, again, if you are in that square and you press the flip button, it will just flip back to its default position. So it's not like I can just take one step and flip everything again. I have to make these big jumps that get me out of the square. Otherwise, it just won't work. It'll just flip back to the default. But we finally got it. And there's a zombie waiting for us. So I have to flip this. And then I made a silly mistake. I forgot to flip the default back, and I started flipping things randomly, trying to get that key instead. And your ears are not deceiving you, there is just no music on this stage, so there we go. Now we're going to learn that new mechanic, and that is all about fog. Fog mirror will fade away, closing in till you lose your way. That doesn't sound very nice. So you can see what it means here. The squares actually start disappearing on you, and they actually do become intangible. You'll just fall through. I have not gotten past this world yet, so I don't know if this is a persistent thing in all worlds or just where it's raining. But there you have it. I'm trying to get in that little space, and that was a terrible, terrible decision because now I'm completely trapped. Gotta wait for everything to fade away. And when you fade back, the fading, or I'm sorry, when you flip back, the fading stops, so it won't fade anymore. Probably could get to rabbit, but we're just gonna skip on ahead. So this one was a pretty simple level, but it also kind of teaches you about speed. You can't just, you know, stay forever because everything's fading away and you'll fall too far. So I'm gonna get this square. But to get that square, I need to flip things back, or just grab it like that. Can't get in the door because there's no place to stand, so let's flip the world back. Like so. And jump on in. So this has basically been a quick look at RETSNOM and the mirror flipping, mirror fading, watch me drop to the bottom of the sea and the world and drown in all of the rain and piano music. So this has been RETSNOM, developed by Somi, a single Korean programmer developer. So you know, so support the stuff out of non-Western countries as well. So 2 great games came out this week for PS4, and that was this one, RETSNOM, and the other one was Downwell. So take a look at both of those, and for any more stuff on games, go ahead and check out our website at kaijupop.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at kaijupop or me at KyoshiBonsai. Thank you very much for watching, and you know, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Have a good day, guys. I will see you later. Goodbye.